Hello, my name is Vincent Pambid. I am one of the supervisors at Stanford Children's Hospital. I have been an X-ray CT tech for about 15 years, and I've been in healthcare for about a little over 20 years. I started off as a tech aide, a CNA. I didn't like it, so I went to X-ray school. I've worked mostly on the West Coast, San Diego, the Bay Area, Seattle, and Alaska. My wife and I have traveled together, and that was fun. And now I am back in the Bay Area, and we might be here for good. This next slide is about case studies. We have a number of assignments in class that involves case studies. Case studies that deal with hospital and clinical settings, and I think it just helps you troubleshoot real world situations in a hospital, organization, or clinic, and it just helps you think outside the box how to deal with certain situations about patient safety, quality of care, and internal conflicts within different departments. And it just helps, I believe. I think it's a good part of the curriculum. We have some essay assignments that we have to do some research, go back to the chapters and cite some of the things that we think is important, do some more research from the language library and external sources. It just helps you understand the reading a little more because you dive into it and you do your own research and you get to know the material pretty good. Some have real world situations, just like the case studies that I talked about earlier. And everything, I believe, relates to healthcare management, which helps me understand what my manager does, budgeting, strategic and organizational planning. I really enjoyed some of the assignments we've done in class. The manager job description, the meeting agenda, and adjusting the budget. There are a few, but for some reason I really like them. It just has me go back to work and do a little bit of research, ask questions from the manager. They're very helpful, so it's great. So I think these are a little different from the essays, which just helps break up the monotony week to week. One of the topics that I found interesting in the book is change. A lot of people in healthcare, the staff, they don't like change. They're resistant to change. They like to preserve the status quo. They're used to doing things the way they do it, so they don't want to change. But change is inevitable. A topic in one of the readings about leadership style is the one that I really liked. It had me look at myself and to see what kind of leader I am and what kind of leader I want to be. I believe a participative leadership style is the one I want to be. I used to think when opening up a new clinic, you need to micromanage a little bit just to set everything, like maybe a benevolent autocracy, like a father knows best. But now I'm rethinking that. I think like just a participative leadership style would work best. Planning, strategic and operational planning. Strategic planning is important to roll out anything new. The process of strategic planning with the committee is important before any action is taken. Strategic planning is meant for upper management to strategize what they want the organization to be in the next 5 years or so. Operational planning is carried out to implement short-term goals. Budgeting. When you think budgeting, you automatically think planning and budgeting. It kind of goes together hand in hand. The only difference is the monetary aspect of strategic and operational budgeting and planning. Managing conflicts. employee to employee conflicts, management and employee conflicts, and conflicts with another department. I think a lot of the case studies that we've done dealt with some of these issues. The manager delegates certain duties to certain individuals, senior staff, clinical instructor, leads, clinical coordinators, supervisors. I have certain duties that I have to do, and so does the other staff, senior staff. Ultimately, the manager is responsible for all of it. So she checks at the end of the week or the end of the month, but it just helps her to delegate all that stuff. So it takes a few things off her plate. I've learned a lot of things throughout this course. A lot of it we've talked about. Dealing with employee conflicts is a big one. Giving the staff the tools necessary to succeed, continuing education, and the main thing that's the most difficult for any organization is change. Change through communication, unconscious motives, personal thoughts, ideas, and emotions not readily available for examination may cloud a group's ability to perceive or interpret events. A group may share collective mentality that may not be based on real events. Such collective thought has been shaped by emotions. A lot of older organizations are very resistant to change, especially the ones that has change management. They get bought out. Everybody tries to change it for the better, but they're stuck in their old ways. They don't want to change. So there's a lot of methods that we've learned that can help with that, and I think this is just a valuable class.